The Star Eagle is a ship you get when you complete the Freestar Ranger questline, and while it's a pretty cool ship, I think we could improve upon it a little bit. So I did. So here it is. Now there's some stark differences with this ship, but I felt like it was kind of necessary. While some may like the really wide, kind of winged design of the original Star Eagle, I personally wasn't a fan of it. I prefer kind of more compact looking ships that kind of fit a little bit better. It felt too big to me initially, especially for an A class. So some of the main things I did with it is I upgraded it to a B class, which wasn't too difficult. The size of the reactor and the grav drive was kind of got the job done. It was pretty similar. And then I upgraded the weapons and I just made it a little bit more unique looking. So yeah, so if we take a look at some of the stats of the version I've made. So it's got a fuel of 200, which again, that's kind of the kind of the entry level when it comes to fuel. I think that's like more than enough to kind of get you where you need to go. Obviously, you could upgrade it to more if you want to, but like the whole point of this ship is you're supposed to be kind of patrolling in the Freestar Ranger territory, so you don't have to go too far. It's got a hull of 1239, which for a B class is pretty good. Cargo capacity of 1050. You got enough for storing some of the basic stuff without it being too heavy. It's got a B class reactor with 39 power. It can support 6 crew, although this isn't really meant to be a ship that carries an awful lot of crew, as Rangers generally work by themselves. It's got a jump range of 30 light years. It's got shields of 1125. It's got 3 sets of weapons. So it's got ballistic weapons that I've mounted underneath there. They're the shotgun variants. I kind of wanted to have a like almost like a kind of a spinal mounted like weapon setup, and that's where I went with them. And then we've got 2 lasers mounted on the kind of the little smaller winglets for some shield stripping. And then I added some 2 particle turrets that have a decent kind of degree of fire. They have about like 180 degrees, so they're pretty good. They can cover you from the front and from the rear. So I tried to keep as many of the pieces of the original ship while adding some new ones. And when building it, I tried to kind of make use of a lot of the pieces you would see in the Freestar collective territory. So yeah, let's go take a look at it, shall we? So you may notice the color scheme. The original color scheme, I didn't necessarily mind it, but it just kind of was very generic, and I feel like it needed to stand out a little bit more. And it is called an eagle, so I made it look like an actual eagle. We kind of went with the little yellow on kind of the bottom section. I added these little these Hope Tech radiators as a kind of a nod to like almost like engines, just because I feel like they kind of break up the monotony. There is merging on this vessel, just FYI. I really like this kind of this shotgun, because this is the shotgun variant. So I just imagine getting up close and just completely decimating the hull. And then on the other side, we've got those little winglets. They're just kind of there to add a little bit of kind of greebling and hold the them weapons. And then the entry is in the back. Originally, the entry is in the front, but I kind of like it being in the back because it just kind of feels a little bit more safer when you land. So if we head inside, we've got the Tayo entryway. Keep in mind, this is an older save, and I was doing some missions, so there's going to be a lot of people on the ship. So one of the things I added, I moved around a little bit of the interiors. One of the things I added was I added a workshop, because I feel like a workshop is very necessary if you're a ranger. You might need to upgrade your gear. And then if we go up here, we have a just a little 1x1 storage. We've got a little control station here, just because if you did want to have extra crew, you could go that option, but you don't have to. And then we can go one more level up, and you have your captain's quarters here, as well as your... Yeah, there's a lot of people here, I do apologize. And then back here we have the docking port. And then if we head down, I changed the...
It would be unfortunate if that fall damaged your internal organs.
Thanks, Vasco. I changed the cockpit just because I kind of like this cockpit. It feels more kind of like, I don't know, just more like kind of rugged looking. So we'll take it up into space, show you how it performs, and then I'll show you how I built it. Actually, I quite like the color scheme, because initially I was trying to, like, figure out, like, what sort of color scheme to go with. Because I wanted them to stand out. Like, the idea of, like, the Ranger ship should kind of stand out. It should be something that kind of inspires awe and, like, a level of kind of, like, confidence slash, what would you call it? Like, basically, criminals and ne'er-do-wells would kind of be worried when they see it. And innocent citizens of the Free Star would kind of be like, oh, yay, it's a Free Star. Now, I do have a perk that increases my power by 5, but this ship has more than enough power in the current configuration. So, weapon-wise, we've got those ballistic cannons, the shotguns there. We've got those laser weapons, and then the particles are turreted. It's going to have a base speed of 150 because we're making use of those A-class engines still because they're quite efficient. Boost speed of probably around 600. Yeah, it caps around 599, 600, not too bad. Agility is still quite good. It's not like super agile, but it's definitely agile as need be. And then we've got a roll, as you can see. So I'll go down to the plant now and I'll show you how I put it together. Alright, so we've got the ship split into 3 sections. Now there is some merging, but for the most part it's pretty minor merging. There's not a lot of the kind of the duplication merging, it's just a lot of flipping. So at the top here, we've got these two pieces merged together. We've got the Nova cowling to LF and the Deimos cowling merged here. So we've got the Shroud Captain's Quarters 2x1, the Shroud Storeroom 1x1, and a Connect Pro Docker from Shroud Eklund. And then for the structural pieces, we've got the Shroud Cap C, 2 Deimos Wing Ds, 2 Deimos Wing Cs, and 2 Deimos Wing As. In the middle of the vessel, we have the Armstrong 20R cockpit from Hope Tech, 260 cargo, 2 crew. Behind that, we have the Stroud Control Station 2x1, Stroud Companionway 1x1. We've got the 140S Mag Inertial Reactor from Dogstar, B class, 39 power, 1125 volt. We've got the RD3000 Basic Grav Drive from Relodyne, B class, 10 power, 36 jump thrust, which gives us 30 layers. We've got 2 Disruptor 3320 neutron turrets from Horizon Defense, B class, 4550, 2.5 fire rate, 29 hull and shield damage, and 3 power. The reason I went with these ones is because I really like the look of them, and they kind of match the aesthetic because they're kind of like that silver and kind of white. And then we have the Warden SG 4400 shield generator from Sexton Shield System, B class, 10 power, 1125, and pretty decent. Now you could go with the Vanguard shield generator, but this isn't a Vanguard vessel, so I kind of didn't want to. For the structural components, we have 2 portholes here mounted on the site. We have 2 Nova radiator ports here. We have 2 Stroud Cap A mounted there. We have 2 Stroud Cowling, 1 LBA. We've got a port, and then we have a starboard variant. And then at the back here, we have the Deimos belly aft, and we have 2 SA 4330 engines from Slayton Aerospace, A class, 2 power, 15,240 engine thrust, 3220 maneuvering thrust. Now there is some merging techniques, so these are technically on the top, which I will show you in a second. So in order to, we're going to connect these top pieces together first. So I'll show you real quick how to merge these. So these pieces just kind of sit there like so, but obviously the turrets don't, like, kind of, we have to do a bit of merging with the turrets. So we snap it in like that. And these pieces, you just snap them in and you just flip the, you press Y on Xbox. I don't know what flip is on PC, but it's whatever your flip button is. And that just, yeah, that, I quite like the aesthetic of them because, like I was saying, they can shoot forward and back. And the thing is, I believe they could probably shoot behind them. But yeah, it's just, yeah. And then we have our shield mounted there. And then we have, what I do is we have this piece. Simple flip to get that in. And then to get this piece, we have to do a little bit of a merge to drop it down. So what I like to do is I like to get a habitat piece. I'm going to snap that there like so. Snap this like so. And then all you're going to do is you're going to highlight this companionway and the cowling. And then you're just going to press Y. And it drops down like that. And then you can just delete it like so. Perfect. Now, as you see, we've got these little winglets here, and we've got some fuels. So this is pretty easy to set up. So there's like multiple snap points here that we can make use of. So what we're going to do is, for these little fuel tanks, we're going to snap them in there. They sit here in there nice and easy. we're going to do the exact same thing the other side. And then this little setup here where we have this this kind of winglet. So the idea behind it is it sits in there and it snaps, basically snaps to that there. But we're gonna, because I do things our ways, we're gonna have to snap these first. So these basically snap to the engine like so, and then you can snap these in there. Simple flip to get the job done. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Give me that. Oh, no, no. That snaps like that. And then we just do a little flip. Perfect. And then you can put these back in by just basically doing the flip technique once they're back in position. Like so. And then you simply snap another one. So the one that's in there is flipped the other way. So let me actually show you real quick. So as you can see, it's flipped backwards, and that's what allows the snap. And then the this one is flipped the proper way, and it snaps in like so. And then just for greebling, I added these little pieces here, and the kind of purpose of them is they just sit behind like so. At the bottom of the vessel, we've got two Mauler 106S shot cannons from Horizon Defense. B-class, 1040 range, 1.75 fire rate, 48 hull damage, and 4 power. I should actually cover the other weapons now that we're here, because I didn't cover them initially. So for the turrets, they are the Disruptor 3320 neutron turrets from Horizon Defense. No, I think I did cover these. Sorry, I didn't cover these here. Apologies. So the Dragon 251P UV pulse lasers from Horizon Defense, B class, 1300 range, 5 fire rate, 22 shield damage, and 3 power. And then the structural pieces that are added here is we've got two of those Nova wings ports. Well, 2 port, 2 starboard, and then we have this little Hope Tech pipe aft, and then we have those little fuel tanks inside. So at the bottom of the vessel, like I was saying, we have those two weapons. They are mounted on a Nova weapon mount. Then we have the Stroud Workshop 2x1. We have the shipbed landing bay from Tayo. We have the S4330 engines, 2 more of the engines. And then we do have another merge here. You can kind of see it clicking out. So these little Caravel V103 cargo holes, they give 395 each. They just snap in there like so. And then the landing gear, you just basically flip like so. So for the landing gear, we have 2 of these AcU11 landing gear from Stroud Eklund. They're 2. And then we have 2 of these Pinpoint 3G landing gear. And then we have a little bit of merging as well. So we have these pieces just snap in here like so. And then these pieces snap like that. And then this piece just kind of, I have it here just to kind of add a little bit of extra structure to it. And yeah, so for the structural pieces, like I was saying, we have a Nova weapon mount. We have this Deimos Skeg A that just sits to kind of, it adds a little bit of a cool kind of aesthetic to it. And then we have 2 of these Hope Tech pipes 4, one each side. We've got 2 Hope Tech radiators. And then at the back here, we've got 2 Tayo side caps B. So most of the vessel is pretty easy to kind of attach it, but I'm just going to really quickly. So we're going to grab this. And it sits like so, but there's going to be, what is it getting stuck on? It's getting stuck on the landing gear. One of the downsides of these landing gears, they don't like playing nice. So we're going to move them very quickly. And the ship, it sits exactly like that. Now, we're going to move these top pieces here, so we can get the little kind of engine-esque thing. So they snap in like that. They snap on the bottom. Obviously, we've got these Nova radiators there, just because they look kind of nice. And then these snap up on top, and it's just a simple flip to get them back to position. These just kind of cover those like little faux engines, or like, not really engines, but like more like reactors. And then these snap in here, and again, simple little flip technique. And the same. And that's pretty much it. The way of the weapons laid out is the Maulers are your primary weapon, your lasers are your secondary, your disruptors are your turrets. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Kind of the lore behind it, the kind of the main reasoning is, like I said, the The original version, it's a cool looking ship, but in my opinion it's too wide, and it kind of plays on the whole power fantasy of like being a kind of like, like your typical kind of fighter. And I feel like as a Freestar Ranger, like something that large, it just, I don't know, it just doesn't really fit the aesthetic. Because a lot of the Freestar, like if you look, the Freestar make use of like the dolphins and the responders and stuff like that. So I kind of wanted to make a ship that's more like compact, just because it would have a kind of a tighter profile. And then the weapons, I felt like upgrading it to a B class because it's nice having some turrets. Because like you think like realistically, like you're a Freestar Ranger, a lot of the time you're going to be by yourself. It'd be handy to have some automated turrets that could kind of cover you while you're trying to make, because you're usually going to be outnumbered as a ranger. And then we've got like obviously we added the workshop in, and you do have the control station because sometimes Freestar Rangers might work together. And then yeah, obviously with the color scheme, like I said, went with the kind of the golden eagle. We've got the white and the, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think of the build. I know it's probably going to be a bit controversial because a lot of people really like that's one of the ships a lot of people really like is the original look of the original look of the Star Eagle. But like I said, personally, wasn't really a fan. But yeah, as always, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you like this sort of content, and check out some of my other videos. Bye bye.